What's going down, people? What's going down? This is going to be your intro to Plan B with me, Mr. L Spaghetti. You guys saw the video from Lou, either on his channel or the same video that I posted on mine. So there's a why and when to prep, and this is where we're at now. Like I said on Lou's video, I was hoping, we could have pushed this, past closing out into early 23 and done a more formal thing once you guys were solvent, cleared a bunch of positions out. But unfortunately, the degradation of society and stuff that we've been watching has occurred a lot faster than we thought it was and would. I figured late 23, 24, around election time would have been more of the time frame, but some other shit has occurred, and for some of the comments that I'm seeing on Lou's page with his video and on his video on my page, there's not a nice way to say this. Open your fucking eyes. Open your eyes. Because we're not just talking, and it's not Armageddon, trust me. Whoever put that comment up there, it ain't Armageddon. Armageddon, it don't matter how much you prep for it, you're donezo. Okay, so we'll wipe that one off the table right now. And by the way, if anyone was asking, there's a little Waba grill and teriyaki chicken. I'm trying to eat healthier. About to get back in the gym and start pumping the iron because I'm a little thick. I got a solid B cup. But neither here nor there. Just ignore that. Just ignore that. Neither here nor there. There's other shit that could occur, and you have to understand the breakdown of what's been occurring in the last 24 months. You saw all the cities burning. Did anybody stop that? Did the government step in? Did the military step in? Did law enforcement doing anything? That was little scale. So since that's occurred, and y'all know what I do, I work in law enforcement, and I have for 25 years. This is my 25th year. I will tell you that right now, law enforcement manpower, and y'all that work in law enforcement and you're part of the family, you can comment down in the thread. I know that on average, departments are down between 60 and 50% of manpower. That's a lot of fucking people. That should startle y'all, but they don't put those numbers out there because then that's a how do you say it? Well, it's an emergency. What you guys don't understand is, in order to train someone in law enforcement, you're looking about 6 months to a year to get them hired, and then at least another 6 months for basic academy, and then another 12 to 18 weeks of field training, and then they're the fucking new guy in the car by themselves. Now they start gaining experience from every call they go on. It is very, very hard to replace officers in the numbers that we've been losing. Hence me being in my 25th year, and I'm starting to check that box for retirement like a lot of you guys have. I appreciate all those emails anyways. I love you guys. I'll have the full beard pretty soon. Law enforcement's not the only one affected. Fire department. Look at how many firefighters we have lost with social policies that weren't backed up with any actual evidence or scientific data, or just straight lies. We've lost a lot of firefighters. We've lost a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses. So when we look at, we'll call them emergency services, hospitals, nurses, EMTs, firefighters, law enforcement, we've lost a lot of people. And I would call it a critically low state of personnel. So when you take that into consideration, people are losing their jobs. And this is the issue that you guys aren't seeing, because the mainstream media will trick you into thinking what they want you to think. They'll tell you, oh, unemployment's down, jobs are up. Well, what you have to know is where they get those numbers from, because I went to college and I studied, and I've got my bachelor's in areas of political science. In order to spin this number correctly, what they'll do is they'll take the number from the states of people no longer pulling unemployment benefits. Just because someone isn't pulling unemployment benefits does not mean they got a job. It means they're no longer pulling benefits. And most of y'all know how the system works. You get so many months of benefits on unemployment, which is what most people got when they lost their jobs with the half a cough. And once those months and that time period's out, unless it's extended, you lose your benefits. Well, they're using those numbers. Oh, the unemployment rates are down. No, they're not. No, they're not. People just lost their benefits, which means you have even more desperate people out here willing to do what they got to do to take care of their kids, their families, and otherwise. So violent crime is up. Unemployment is way up. Cost of living, whether it be renting, buying, cost of food, cost of fuel, cost of everything, quid quo fucking the world has fucking gone up 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% depending on what you're looking at. That pushes people to a level where there's anxiety, even with people that don't normally have it. Like, how the fuck am I going to pay my bills? So you have to pay attention to that, because there's a reason why you prep and you do what you do, because when times get like this, you want to be the one that has the stuff in order to take care of you and yours. You want to have the skill set that if something does happen, and we're not even talking man-made stuff. I'm on the West Coast. What if we get hit with a 6.8 to a 7.4 earthquake? Those of y'all out here on the West Coast, y'all know what that would do. When was the last time we had anything over a 5.0? We're due. Especially where I'm at. I live on the San Andreas Fault. On this motherfucker. Those of y'all on the East Coast. Hurricanes. When's hurricane season? Those y'all in the Midwest, tornadoes. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from central Iowa. This is the shit you have to consider. Now you have these natural disasters. We just talk about 50, 60% of your emergency services, law enforcement, doctors, nurses, EMTs, firefighters being gone, not replaced. Natural disaster pretty much destroy any kind of a response you got, right? The expectation that when you pick up the phone, someone's coming, or that when something happens like that, someone's coming. Oh, the military will help us. Cool. The military is at critically low, almost mission failure numbers. And they just pushed out how many more people for not getting the Fauci ouchie? Y'all starting to see the big picture? I don't give a fuck what political spectrum you look at. What I'm saying is, do you want you and yours to survive, or do you want to be one of the ones out there fighting for scraps of food and rotten shit in grocery stores when the riots fucking start because people don't have food, the electricity goes down, they don't have fucking clean water. Let's face it, there's not a water shortage. We, as people, our leaders, have fucked up and not progressed, making sure that we can hold and process and purify the amount of water we need for our people. On the West Coast, how many water desalination plants are there along the West Coast? Be a lot of drinking water, wouldn't it? When was the last time any one of these reservoirs was upgraded or a new reservoir was made? You start to see the big picture? We don't have a water shortage. It's not like I'm going to drink this bottle of water and it's gone from the earth forever. Do you guys understand science and how science works? There is just as much water on this planet today as there was 1 million years ago. It's all a fucking process. From the clouds down to the ground, the groundwater, we consume it. We either sweat it out, urinate, whatever it may be. It goes back in, the earth fucking filters it. It goes up into the clouds filter it, it comes back down. It's one of those processes. Now, our ability to maintain reservoirs, desalinization to be able to use salt water as drinking water, because that's 100% possible. There's plenty of countries all over the world that have these plants and they have plenty of drinking water. But you notice we only have water issues in major cities: Los Angeles, Seattle, New York, Chicago. Like, let's use our fucking heads, guys. We don't have a water shortage. We have a fucking management shortage. What did we spend money on instead of the shit we should have? You guys, we saw the growth rate of society and what we were doing, but we did nothing to say, hey, we should probably upgrade these before it's an emergency issue, and now we don't have the amount of water that we're going to need ready for consumption. The water's there, it's not ready for consumption. Drink salt water and see how bad it fucks you up. Drink gray water and see how bad it fucks you up. So in the prep video, we're going to be going over, you know, we'll do some water purification, what you can drink, what you can't drink, a bunch of different stuff. I'm going to do it in a right now 8 video set. It'll be 7 after this one. I may add another one, being on some of the feedback I've got. I've already gotten some really great emails and messages from you guys, so keep them coming. My goal with this is to make sure you guys are prepared, not only for man-made chaos and mayhem, but should that natural disaster come along in the middle of this and fucking knock over the house of cards. You have to think about everything that's possible, because when you prepare for shit that could be possible and it happens, you and yours are fine. When you don't prepare, bad things happen. I don't want to see bad things happen to anyone. So with all this video series going out there, go ahead and share this one with your friends. I normally don't tell you guys, hey, subscribe and this, that, and the other, but do me a favor, everyone, if you're watching this video and you're interested in this series, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications with a little bell. After the series is over, you can unsubscribe. It really doesn't bother me, but what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to get the content that's going to come in these videos, the links that I'm going to place in the videos with each video in the series, so that should my video be taken down or my channel be canceled for whatever reason, you guys have those resources as soon as they hit, instead of going, oh, it's 3 weeks old, let's go see if Elk posted another video. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather have you see it day of than get lost in the shuffle and then my channel be gone for whatever reason. So without further ado, I am going to kick you guys loose. I hope you guys had a great Monday, and I will follow up tomorrow with the first, actually no, it'll be the second video. This is the first one with the intro, the second video in the series, and we start getting into the meat and potatoes. Until next time, Mr. Spaghetti, signing off.